Hi guys, welcome to the Avis Academy. My name is Neeraj, and today we will discuss inter-VLAN routing. Okay, so in the last series we have done the discussion like how to configure a VLAN, how to configure access port and trunk port, and today we will discuss what is the use of inter-VLAN route. Basically, what requirement we do have, and then the solution is basically inter-VLAN routing. So assume we have two users sitting in a different VLAN and now they want to communicate. So in general, they can't communicate actually, because if a user is in a VLAN, that cannot cross the boundary, right? So what we need then? So to make a communication between two different users, two different users in a different VLAN, what we need a inter-VLAN routing. So what diagram we are having right now to use for this practical? So I will be using a device. Let's say we have PC1 that is connected to a switch, and then further we have another PC that is connected to the switch, same, right? Now what is happening here on this user? Let's say this user I'll use in a, let's say, VLAN 10. Okay, I'll use here this interface in the VLAN 20. Okay, so in general, last time we had the discussion, whenever we connect a PC, that port has to be the untagged port with a specific VLAN, with a single VLAN, right? So what I'll do here, I'll be using a single VLAN here as untagged. Okay, same here, I'll be using single VLAN as untagged. So what exactly I need to do? So I need to configure, and this interface is Ethernet 0 basically. So I'll just note down here Ethernet 0, and I'll use untagged VLAN 10, and the switch number, same switch VLAN, the other interface. I need to check this port. So we have the device, show LLDP table. So I'm using Sonic device as an end user right now. So I do have 0 and 52. So this I'll be using 52 as untagged with VLAN, let's say 20, right? So what we need here, we need to make sure whenever we connect a PC interface to a PC or end user, we need to make sure that interface has to be configured as an untagged VLAN, right? Now, so this we will configure, okay, initially the very base configuration. Okay, now the PCs, they are already having some subnet. So PC1 is a part of 172.16.10.0/24. So I'm having right now slash this one on the PC1 IP address, and the PC2 IP address is 172.16.20.1/24. So that's a combination right now we are using. It means now I need to make sure. So now you see this interface, this PC is a part of VLAN 10. This is a part of VLAN 20, and right now they can't really do the communication because they are sitting in a different VLAN and they can't really do the communication. So to do a communication, they need a default gateway. Even this PC need a default gateway to communicate, right? So what default gateway here we have given on the PC2, default gateway is 172.16.20.2. okay, and here what default gateway we have given, 172.16.20.1. so this, sorry, my bad, 10.2. so this default gateway we have given on the PC side. It means now we will configure inter-VLAN routing on this switch by using the SVI. When we say SVI, that is switched virtual interface, right? It means a VLAN we will convert to the layer 3. By default, the VLAN we use for the layer 2 only. But now what I'll do, I'll configure a VLAN to the layer 3 and that is called as SVI. Switch virtual interface. So I'll configure here SVI with the given IP addresses. So here I'll configure VLAN 10 with IP address 172.16.10.2 with /24 and VLAN 20 SVI with 172.16.20.2/24. So we need to make sure one more thing while learning anything, right? These VLAN IDs, or we can say these technical words, SVI, switch virtual interface, untagged, these has to be very, very clear, right? What exactly we are doing, what we have to achieve, and what technical name we are using in the switch environment or the networking environment, right? So on the switch, I'll configure SVI, VLAN 10 SVI, this SVI. It means, so first of all, first is the process for this one. So I'll configure these interface with the untagged VLAN, right? and then I'll configure SVI. Okay, so even before that, I need to configure VLAN 10 as a layer 2, VLAN 20 as a layer 2, and then I'll assign to the interface, and then I'll configure the SVI as a inter-VLAN routing. Okay, so let's do that. Config VLAN add 10, 20. So we have done first task, right? Now we will verify. Show VLAN config. We have show VLAN brief. Perfect. Cool. Second part. We will add these two interface inside these VLANs with untag, right? Config VLAN member add unnumbered 10. So Ethernet 0 is a part of 10. Okay. Ethernet 0. And before these configurations, so once I'll do these configuration, I'll try to show you they are not reachable to each other, right? And the other interface is 52. So I'll do this configuration 52 with the VLAN 20, and we'll do a verification also. Show VLAN config. Yeah, right now 0 is a part of VLAN 10 as untagged, 52 is a part of the VLAN 20 as untagged. All good till this point, right? In general, they should not communicate right now. So let's go here. This is your device number 2, PC number 2. Ping 172.16.10.1. That is not reachable, right? And here we have the IP address. I'll show you. Show IP interface pipe grep Ethernet 0. So what I'm using here is this one, right? 10.1. And here also I can show you. Show IP interface pipe grep. Here we are using Ethernet 40 actually. Yeah. So 20.1. Here we have 10.1. And but right now they are not able to communicate because right now we are not doing any kind of inter-VLAN routing. What we have only a user sitting in the VLAN range. That's it, right? Now the last step, the inter-VLAN routing, the main part of the routing SVI, that we need to configure right now. Okay, so let's do that. This is very simple again, right? So we will configure one SVI. Configure interface IP address add VLAN 10, and now we have to make sure the moment we use here VLAN, that can be in the, this has to be in the small v, right? But here it has to be in the capital V. If I'll use here small v, it won't accept. Okay, VLAN 10 and the IP address is 172.16.10.2/24, right? So on this neighbor side, I'm using 10.1. On my side, it has to be 10.2, and because 10.2 is a gateway for this PC, so I have to make sure that IP address should be 10.2. Done. Now let's configure the other one also. 20.2 as a default gateway on the PC number 2 for the VLAN 20. Now let's do that. Show IP interface pipe grep VLAN. Perfect. I can see here VLAN 10 is up and running, and you see admin status and the operator status, everything is up and fine. It means everything is fine. Now if and we can check the routing also. Show IP route. So these are these present in my table also as connected, and kernel route also, all good. So if I do a communication from here, it should reach actually to this one, and it is reachable. Now it is reachable, fine, but how we can verify the packet is coming to this device? We can do a TCP dump. So this troubleshooting we can use TCP dump -i, which interface? Ethernet 0. So on this interface I'm receiving the packets, enter. So you see I'm getting a packets from here, right? Yeah, 20.1, 20.1, we are able to reach. This is how. And now what is happening actually? As per the diagram, a PC2 sitting in a different subnet, sitting in a different VLAN, is able to communicate to a PC that is actually in a different VLAN and a different, having the different subnet. So this is basically your inter-VLAN routing. So whenever we need to achieve inter-VLAN routing, what exactly is the main stuff here is SVI. If you're able to configure SVI and you have to maintain these standard, and you just go one by one and it will be done. Yeah, so this is all about the inter-VLAN routing. Thank you. Bye guys.